Hello. If you must know, I had my face painted by a 6-year-old today. If you can't tell, I am a ghoul. Try not to let it distract you. Alright, welcome back to this playlist, which aspires to bring you from zero to hero. And today, on your very 6th guitar lesson, you are going to learn 1.5 new chords, and we are going to play What I Got by Sublime. And I'm going to wear the hat my sister made me. And there's nothing you can do about it. Speaking of my sister, her son, my nephew, he inhaled his breakfast. He literally inhaled his breakfast. He had to have surgery, this is funny in retrospect, to remove a piece of bacon from his lung. Anyways, here we go. Our first of our 1.5 chords is D. Pointer finger on the G string, Eddie 8 Dynamite Good, 2nd fret. Middle finger on the baby E string, 2nd fret. Ring finger on the B string, 3rd fret. This is D. This is also a good time for me to bring up the rule, which I call the rule. And that is to say, if you're playing a D chord, you strum from the D string down. If you're playing an A chord, which you know, you strum from the A string down. And if you're playing an E chord, which you know, you strum from the E string down, or in other words, all of the strings, right? So D chord, D string, A chord, A string, E chord, E string. There you go, the rule. Okay, back to D. So we got G2, Eddie 8 Dynamite Good, pointer finger, middle finger on E2, and ring finger on B3, strum 4. There it is, D. Now let's do our thing where we think about hopscotch. Take your fingers off, think about hopscotch, and then here we go again. So G2, E2, B3. Do that 10 or 15 times until you're more comfortable getting to D. Some people think it's helpful to remember that D kind of looks like a D. Pew, pew, like a sideways triangle or a D. If you can see it, it's kind of a stretch in my opinion, but that helps some folks. Great. Here's our plucking pattern we're going to do. Ready? We've only just strummed once thus far. Now let's do this. Pluck the D string, then the G string, then the E string, the baby E string, then the B string. 4 plucks. 1 pluck for each string, but in a particular order. This is called arpeggiating, or making an arpeggio, which is to say, plucking separate strings as opposed to strumming all of them at once. Strumming, arpeggiating, in any order, but we're going, again, D, G, E, B, on this rhythm. Sounds like What I Got. Okay, the reason I said 1.5 chords is because we're going to do G the easy way first, and then after we go through this whole thing, I'm going to show you actual honest-to-goodness G. I don't want you to run away screaming if G is too tricky for you. We're just going to do the halfway first. So, pinky finger goes on E3. That's kind of an easy switch. Just put it down, and then just lose the other two. Or you don't even have to lose the middle finger. You can leave it there, because if you got a pinky finger on E3, then your middle finger is nullified, right? So you may either, here we go, put your pinky down, pew, and get rid of your pointer finger, or get rid of your pointer finger and your middle finger. Either one doesn't matter. I'm going to get rid of both for purposes of what I'm doing. Okay, so here we go. We're going to just strum 4 strings here because this is a half chord. It's not the whole entire thing. The rule does not apply here, but we're going to pluck the exact same way. Switch back to D. So lose the pinky, middle finger on E2, pointer finger on G2. Pinky down, those two off. Nice and slow. Back to D. Half G. Back to D. That's the whole song, by the way. There's only 2 chords in the song. It's another 2-chord song. Perhaps next week we'll do the 5 or so songs you can do with D and G. G. D. G. Early in the morning, singing. Okay, whole G, the rest of the whole thing. If that's as far as you want to go, awesome. Thank you for being here. See you next time with more stuff. But if you want to try the whole entire G, here's what we do. Start at your D chord, G2, E2, B3. Put your pinky finger down just like we did on the E string 3rd fret. Lift these two up. Your middle finger is going to go to big E3, and your pointer finger is going to go to A2. This is a 4-finger chord. It's your first 4-finger chord. You might have trouble doing all of these things at once. That's okay. Give it a shot. Go to sleep. Wake up the next day. Give it another shot. After 5 or 15 days, different for everybody, it'll get better and better and better. Don't give up. You can do it. Anyways, if we're going to do whole G for this sequence, pinky finger down. These two, middle finger, E3, pointer finger, A2. Our plucking is going to change a little bit. Rather than D, G, E, B, we're going to replace the D with low E. Everything else stays the same. E, G, E, B. And now we have D, G, E, B. Switch to G, pinky down, middle finger, E2. Pointer finger E3. I hope I've been saying 3 the whole time. Every time I've said, if I've messed that up, that's 3. Pointer finger A2. Everything stays the same except D pluck becomes E pluck. Back to D. Now it really sounds like what I got, right? It's important when you're first starting to have fun things that you can just kind of do that aren't too hard. I would say this might be a challenge. If it's a challenge, don't stress. Just keep at it. You could just strum if you don't want to focus on all this at once. D. Early in the morning, rising to the street. Whatever you want. The very last part of the rule, and I'll say this again and again and again, so you don't have to write this down. Don't think you're not going to fail the test. The last part of the rule is, remember, D chord, D string, A chord, A string, E chord, E string. If it's anything other than E, A, or D, which now you have, G, the real way, it's whatever string is fattest that has a finger on it. So in the instance of G, it means you strum everything because the fattest string has a finger on it. And now I fear I've rambled on too long. And I should say, thank you for being here. Good luck with the material from your very 6th guitar lesson, and I will see you next time with more stuff. Have a wonderful night. Happy World Series. Go Red Sox. I'll say it. All right. Bye.